Hi, I'm Dr. David J. Levens. I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon in Coral Springs, Florida.
Some women want to either get a lift or be slightly larger, but don't want implants. What can you do to help those?
That's one of my favorite procedures because you don't have to worry about implants, changing them, what's going to happen, etc. And actually, the combination of an implant and a lift, or so-called augmentation mastopexy, is, by some articles, plastic surgeons that present at meetings, considered to be a relatively complicated and potentially high revision rate surgery. I've experienced a little bit of it myself because if you think about it conceptually, you're reducing and lifting the breast at the same time you're adding this weight. So it's it can be challenging to get it just right. However, if a woman has a reasonable amount of volume, but there's droopiness, so say they're a C cup or a D cup, there's droopiness, and they really prefer not to have an implant, you can do what's called a breast lift or a mastopexy. And the older techniques just counted on using the skin to hold the breast in place, but much more modern techniques, last 10 or 15 years, do something called parenchymal suturing or parenchymal shaping, where the sutures are placed to shape the breast, move it up higher internally without counting on the skin. So there's some skin removal, there's moving the nipple and areolar complex, and then literally using the breast tissue itself to shape and maintain volume. And then one more thing that's done is there's a material called GalaFLEX, which is a dissolvable mesh made of suture material, very well tolerated. And I and other plastic surgeons have been using it a lot to help shape the breast and perhaps maintain a little bit more support for especially patients that have had maybe massive weight loss and their tissues are not as strong. And that's a nice adjunctive treatment for a breast lift. And so, I enjoy when a patient comes in and says, look, I don't really want an implant. But then I have patients that come in, they're just so flat, they usually understand that they need an implant to get some volume. Or they say, I don't care, just make them perkier, higher, and I don't care if they're small. So,
where can we find you?
My office is at 1725 University Drive, Suite 300, Coral Springs, Florida, 33071. My phone number is 954-752-1020. And then drlevens at drlevens.com is my email. Website is drlevens.com. I do have 3 Instagram pages, one with at Dr. David J. Levens, one is Plastic Surgery Talks, and one is Levens Med Spa.
Links to our guest's website and contact info are in your show notes. Follow us on Instagram at Where Before Meets After. If you're a board-certified plastic surgeon and would like to be a guest or a sponsor of the show, go to wherebeforemeetsafter.com for more information. Where Before Meets After is a production of The Axis, the podcast agency for aesthetics, THEAXIS.io.